All right. Welcome back, guys. Welcome to the show. Let's do this. So earlier on today, one of my brothers, he sent me a link to a video about some people talking about this particular Senate bill, apparently something to do with crypto. Now, I immediately said, where's the proof? I need to know, I need evidence, I need proof, I need somebody to show me something. So obviously nobody was able to, everybody's been talking about it, but nobody's really shown me any proof. So I went ahead myself and I said, okay, do you know what? I'm going to go and find the proof myself. So I'm going to take you through this. Give me a second. Let me just get all of this in alignment and I'll take you through this, right? So what you're about to see is, obviously, this is the Senate vote to provisions or crypto provisions or whatever. So there's a lot of talk around this particular subject. Where they're actually talking about how this is going to happen, that's going to happen, crypto, this, that. And I'm just cutting the long story short, okay? Cutting the long story short, okay? Also, this kind of FUD here, Gary Gensler, preference for Bitcoin futures products is likely bad news for spot BTC ETF, right? So all of this. One thing I want you all to understand, CoinDesk and many other institutions out there, or these kind of news outlets, they don't work for free. So please do understand. And when one of them catches on to something, everybody else will also talk about it as well. So while on this page, I did kind of find something that is very, very good. Now, I don't know how many of you remember I've been talking about RAMP. Well, this is insane. Check this out. RAMP secures FCA regulation. Okay, now whether this is true or not, I'm not sure. It's a tweet, so you can see it's a tweet. So let's see, we'll find out more over time. I'll probably do some research on it. But so far, I mean, this is very bullish. This is just, you know what? It's just nonsense. So what I want to do is I want to give you proof if it is nonsense or not, right? This, we know he's talking about it. We've heard it from the horse's mouth. But there's more to this than what it is. Right, he didn't just become the SEC chairman. I mean, Gary Gensler, he knows his shit, right? So, you know, he was educating people for 3 or 4 years in MIT regarding the blockchain and everything. So he understands the system and how it works more than anybody else, right? I think the most qualified person in the governments or the institutions would be Gary Gensler, right? Most qualified in crypto would be him. Everybody else, they don't have a clue. So what does this Senate bill do? We're going to talk about this. And I remember, bro, you're on the chat. We are going to talk about what's the difference if Ethereum becomes number one. What will happen? We're going to talk about this, right? So let's jump into where we were, the subject. So I know a lot of you guys probably just came in for the Senate bill thingy. So let's talk about the Senate bill. So what I've done is I've put a link for the PDF, the actual PDF. So this particular link here is in the description. Go there, click it if you want. Now this is a 2,702 page long, right? So yeah, you've got a long way to read to actually find what's going on. And there's only one brief talk at the level of page 2,434, right? So if you go to page 2,434, you will see they come into this particular situation where they're talking about, so you have to actually read from this particular section, section 8063, information reporting for brokers and digital assets. Now, one of the things everybody needs to understand, right? So there's an actual, for brokers and traded and exchanges, the ETF funds, stock traders, they've had this law for a very, very long time, since 1986. And all they've done is added digital assets to it. But digital assets necessarily doesn't really mean, staking and this and that, some of the FUD that some of the guys have been spreading without actually reading the paper. So what they're saying is information reporting is just like taxation. So this has got nothing to do with retail. I'll be honest with you. This is more to do with institutions, but now digital assets are also being added. But none of the institutions are bearish because institutions want this, because that opens up doors for them, opens up many doors for them. So obviously they use a word continuously, by striking, and I think somebody probably read this as staking, right? But anyway, by striking and at the end of subgraph, whatever. So they're constantly talking about this. They, it's like a strike off, whatever, right? Consideration, all of these points. But let's go to reporting of digital assets, right? This is the key point. Let's read this. Brokers. treatment as specified as a security. So brokers, have to notify people of exactly what they're buying and selling. That's just brokers. There's nothing about anything else. You're going to read the paper, right? Read in between the line and everything. This is Internal Revenue Code. This is IRS. Right? You have to. This is taxation. This has got nothing to do. This is brokers and other people. They have to report and they have to get all of this. Now, let's look at, I'm not going to read the whole thing for you because it's so long, right? Definition of digital. By the way, it's not so long, actually. Let me just show you this, right? So from this number 17, section 8603 to here, where is it? It's actually very short here. Right, so until here, so until page 2437, that's it, right? And they clearly define what rules and what's actually, who's actually, part of the thing. So where is it? So you got to understand all of this, right? So this is the facts. This is the proof, guys. You got to see the proof. The proof is very simple. It's to do with inland revenue. Like in the UK, it would be inland revenue. In USA, it's to do with IRS, right? Digital asset excerpt, right? Provided by security. The term digital asset means any digital representation of a value. Now read this word. It says any digital representation of a value. That means it could be a land being traded. It could be a building being traded. It could be anything. Technically, you can say any stock. So they are specifying everything that could be traded digitally. Now, the reason they're making this amendment is, remember, years ago, even now in the stock markets, NASDAQ, wherever, Wall Street, right? They're still trading off the books. Most of the trading is done off the books, but now more and more people are becoming more digitalized, right? So by doing digital trading, they're basically saying, well, any asset, right, that has a digital asset means digital representation of a value which is recorded on the cryptographically secured distributed ledger or any other similar technology as specified by the secretary. And they actually, this particular part specified by the secretary is very key. So they're saying anything. It's not just about crypto, it's everything. Just because they use this cryptographically secure distributed ledger or similar technology, right? That's what it is. Applicable, right? So the code has been amended to actually add this on. So the brokers, they don't cheat you. They all go there and they pay their taxes, right? And part of it is, where is it? Let me just show you. So because they constantly talk about this particular part specified by the secretary, right? So the secretary is responsible for things. So now we're talking about taxation, right? Return requirement for certain transfer of digital assets not otherwise subject to reporting. So what they're saying is, if it's not a security, you don't have to report it. If it is a security, you have to. Any broker with respect to the transfer, which is not part of sale or exchange, right? What they're talking about, so any money coming in and out of exchanges, regulated exchanges, will have to do this, right? So everything has to basically go in and you have to, report all of this, right? So there's reporting penalties and everything. So they just want to make more money, guys, ultimately, but they're not really saying anything too much about the thing. So all of this is, again, if you read here, determined by the secretary. So they will basically pick and choose who they want to, kind of penalize and who they don't want to penalize, right? That's what it is. So I'm going to leave this there for you. I'm not going to make this any longer because this is too long. Trust me, when you read through the whole thing, it can go forever. So I'm not going to bother too much with this, but the proof is there. The link is in the description, 2,702 pages. Look at page 2,434 or 33 to be precise, actually. From that section, you can start reading about the cryptocurrency part, which only mentioned cryptographically, what was it again? Let's, love that part, the word they use, right? So basically cryptographically digitally secure or whatever, that's what they use. So that's the definition. So go and look at that. Listen, nobody's really gives a damn about this. This is just an existing rule for the brokers, for the institutions, which is just being amended to add a few more things because they know digital is the future, and I think institutions don't give a damn because that's what they want. You need that. Institutions cannot operate freely in crypto unless they have this. But this doesn't include any of us. So I don't know why some people are making all these big fuss. Oh, staking. Where does it say staking? Sorry, somebody break this down to me. Where does it say staking? Where does it say mining? What the hell is going on here? You know, they're talking about infrastructure. Of course, this is the infrastructure bill, and they're talking about how to make more things EV and more eco-friendly and everything. That's a general thing. That's what the whole 2,700, approximately 2,700 or 600 pages is about. It's all about environmental impact, right? But mostly to do with trading and all of that, like the infrastructure itself. Talking about roads, EVs, electric cars, for God's sake. That's what they're talking about here. So it's a very long page. And when they've added on the parts about the trading and taxation, that's where they just added this on. We need to make this amendment. So what's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. So guys, please, when you read these kind of articles, right, these kind of headliners, please be careful, because where did it say crypto specifically? It didn't say, right? Senate to vote on crypto amendments for infrastructure bill. It's an infrastructure bill. It's there. 2,702 pages is there. Please go and read it. And I'll tell you, there's nothing there saying anything about crypto in a bad way, right? It's actually quite good. There's nothing wrong with that. But anyway, crypto startup Ramp. Now, Ramp is something I've been talking about where you can actually, onboard, offboard. It's technically, it's insane. I don't even know how the technology works on this particular one. With Ramp, it looks like it's a decentralized exchange, but then now I can see they're definitely centralized exchange, but you can actually buy crypto from anywhere without KYC. And they got FCA? Doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense. I don't know. You know what? I'm going to have to do a deep dive on this and see a lot more. So that's that. Now, we want to have a look at, let's have a look at this, guys. Let's have a look at this. What's this? So this is total Ethereum that has been burnt. 4,741 Ethereum has been burnt as of 24 hours. So we're just about 24 hours now. Has been already birthed. Same again, 4,800. So different metrics, but doesn't matter. Ultimately, we're still seeing this. So this is the only one that doesn't want to work. Let's hope it does. So I've been monitoring them everywhere, because if this doesn't work, guys, I'm just going to get rid of it. Yeah, I'm just going to get rid of it. This one just blocks up, jams up everything, takes a lot of resources. So this is that one. Here's another one, for example. Yep, 4,813 being burned right now. So I made a mistake yesterday. I said we mine about 1,200. My bad. It wasn't 1,200. It was at around 6,400 Ethereum per day. So here you can see we've already destroyed approximately 75-80% of all the Ethereum over the past 24 hours. This is insane. That means only about 20-25% of the Ethereum that has been mined has been kept. But also there's another funny fact about this. You see, the miners will be happy to burn this because they are getting tipped. So some miners are actually getting tipped a lot more because of all of these transactions here. So you can see who's doing what, how many ETH is being used. So OpenSea had 559 Ethereum. COVID Punk, I don't know where the hell that came from, but anyway, they've been selling a few NFTs. They've been making that much money. So again, whatever catches, whatever they can do, people are making money out there. That's what's going on. Axie Infinity running bridge 298 Ethereum in 24 hours. Not bad at all. So again, the numbers are changing. So that's what's going on, guys. So far the Ethereum burn has been very good. I was tracking to see if it does deflate, and I can tell you it does not deflate yet. Maybe more people use it, we will deflate. So I was tracking this number and I was like, okay, let me have a look and see, even if one digit changes. I'll tell you this, let me show you this so you'll understand what I mean, right? I took a screenshot. Let me get that screenshot here. So I took a screenshot yesterday and I said, this is how many we've got. And if one of these digits become negative, right? So if we burn more than we produce and one of these numbers become negative, well, I can tell you, crypto is about to explode. Ethereum's about to explode. Ethereum will definitely be number one spot. And if Ethereum becomes number one spot, BTC becomes number two, right? This volume here would be, this market cap would be the same as this market cap, if not more, right? Because this makes it truly deflationary. And you see, the thing is here we know we've got 21 million coins fixed. 21 million coins. We're not going to have another more. Here we know we have an infinite supply. But if this becomes negative, then we have an infinite reversal supply. That makes Ethereum insanely valuable. Insanely valuable. If one of these digits become negative, then Ethereum will be the number one in the world. right? So that's a power thing you have to understand. And also, while we're on the subject, let's talk about this, right? So let's do some maths here. So if we have a situation where Ethereum becomes number one, right? It's key, you have to understand Ethereum. So we're going to make a hypothetical conversation here, basically. So I hope you guys understand what we're talking about. So what we're talking about is Ethereum becomes, just for the sake of it, say $1 trillion. So Ethereum market cap is now $1 trillion. BTC market cap is still stagnant where it is. So BTC now is number 2. The price hasn't changed, but Ethereum has pumped. Absolutely fine. When Ethereum goes from this price to say, what do you call this, $1 trillion, well, it will only triple in price. You can see triple in price only if we have this amount of Ethereum stationary. Means it did not change. But if this is continuously increasing, well, it doesn't matter. The price doesn't triple. If this continuously increases and this is $1 trillion, this doesn't triple. You see what I mean? It's like 2.5, and it actually reduces. So the more you print, the more. Now the burn obviously helps, right? The burn obviously helps. So Ethereum burning is slowing this down. It's not deflationary yet. It is only slowing down. That's all it's doing. Until F2.0, and we will have to observe until F2.0, we can only make assumptions, but right now it's not a reversing deflationary currency. It's just basically slowing it down, right? I hope that kind of makes sense to you, right? So this is just slowing it down. So what happens, a lot of people are like, oh my God, if BTC goes off the number one spot, absolutely nothing. For Ethereum to be the same price as a BTC, you have to look here carefully. This is 6 times more than what this is. So Ethereum has to work 6 times harder, get this value 6 times more in order to be there. And if we do a maths here and say, okay, what is 6 times 7, for example, right? And we have a situation here, right? We're talking about, almost $3.5 trillion. Well, we've got a problem here. The entire market is not even $1.6 trillion. So how are we going to get this to $3.5 trillion? And if we did, then ETH is truly number one. But just by changing the market capitalization price here, 3xing from here, moving above this price and being number one, even for, short term or even long term, it doesn't make a difference. What makes a difference is your individual coin prices. So when this becomes the same value as this or more, then you say ETH has flipped it, right? But just by taking this market cap position doesn't really mean Ethereum's taken over Bitcoin, because remember, Ethereum has 6 times more supply. 6 times more supply. This one has 6 times less supply, obviously, but let's just look at one other fact about this as well, right? So we've got 18,777,000, or just call it 700, just whatever, round it off, right? We've got 21 million coins remaining. If you do the maths and you minus this number from this, you can see we have approximately around 2.5 million, something like this. We can see until the next halvening, right, we're going to have, how many more printed, right? We'll probably have about another 1.5 million or something printed. And that's it. Then after that, another 4-year cycle, the supply starts reducing. So we know that this time around, we're going to get around, until 2024, I'm talking about, right? If you do the maths, I can't use a calculator, but if you do the maths, you can find we're going to do, I think it's about 1.5 million BTC by 2024. And then after that, the supply drops. And every time the supply drops, we're going to have a supply shock where we're going to have a price double. So this will have to infinitely try hard to get to this, right? So imagine, right now, this one, we have a massive market cap. Ethereum is now worth, from here to there, say about 10K. Ethereum jumps to 10K, we flip this market cap. Ethereum is now number one by market cap, not by price. By market cap is number one. Well, nothing happens. Don't get too excited. It's not done over, because from 9K, 10K, it still has to do another 4x to get to this price. That's number one fact. But imagine this, right? The supply shock happening here. What will happen is this will also start increasing in price. Now, imagine this increases in price to 50, 60. Well, Ethereum's got a long way to go. A long way to go. So this is some of the maths a lot of people don't understand. Of course, there are other coins out there. Let me see if I can find one, actually. You'll be surprised. Let me see if I can find one. I'm sure there is one. Not on this one. Okay, not on this one. This one's cleaner, so I'm quite happy about this. This one's actually a lot more cleaner. Let me see if I can find one here. Yes. Let's go here. I'll show you this. This is insane, right? Let's go to price. Watch this. Have they cleaned it up? Yeah, actually they have cleaned it up. Okay, so they have cleaned it up. So back in the days, there used to be some coins here which you could see, which were like, you know, millions and million dollars worth. Like, what the hell are you doing with these scam coins, right? So there were some other scam coins here you could see. It's just insane. Let me see if I can find one here. Yeah, no, so it's fine. They have started to clean it up now, but back in the days, I mean, it's just stupid, right? You could see some stupid coin here worth like $11 million a coin. It's like, what the hell are you talking about? $11 million a coin. So, but ultimately, this is what it is. I hope this kind of makes sense to you, because a lot of people don't understand. It's like this number is just, this rank doesn't matter. This is not what's key right now. There's two factors you need to take into account. Number one, what is the price and what is the supply? That's all you need to know, right? Those two factors give you the best coin or the worst coin, right? You know, for example, here, like, you know, 116 million. Trust me, it's still better. And I'm going to tell you this and you're going to freak out now, right? Check this out. 116 million Ethereum, right, is actually better than 45 billion Cardano. And I love Cardano. Think about it. 116 million is better than 45 billion, right? So that's where the maths comes in. So when people talk about, oh, what if this kind of pumps to $10? Well, 10 times $45 billion is $4.5 trillion. Sorry, somebody try and explain to me, how are we going to achieve that number? So those are the kind of stuff you need to really, really understand, like uni 1 billion, right? We're talking billions. So does this coin have a chance to get to what this coin has done? You got to look at this. So technically it is the second best. You know, what was the other one? What was the BNB? BNB has 168 million. 168 million, right? So you got to look at these numbers, guys, and they're very, very important, right? So, you know, if you look at it, this is number one. This has the second, currently, I'm just looking at the rank, by the way. I'm not looking at the actual coins, but I'm just saying supply, right? So if you look at BTC, we've got 18.7, we've got 116.9 here on Ethereum. And if you carry on, you can see the ones that perform really, really well are usually the ones with the lowest supply, and that's a better way of ranking them. The ones with the higher supply, they're not really going to be doing that well. Now, let me show you, where is this one gone? This is a really good one. I want to show you this one. Here, LTC, right? LTC, 84 million coins. 84 million was 4 times more than 21 million coins. That's all they did. So that's how they did it, right? They have destroyed some, I believe, right? You got this one here, 494, but then it seems like it's an infinite supply, but that's already out there. So this is 4 times more, or 4 times more than what Ethereum is. The supply here is 4 times more. So obviously this has to work 4 times more in order to even reach Ethereum's price. So if someone comes around and says, oh, Solana is going to beat Ethereum, well, try 4 times harder to get to there. This is the things you need to understand. You've got 4 times more supply, so you're going to have to do the maths and do 4 times more. You know, here, Matic, 10 billion tokens. So again, when people say, oh, Matic's going to, well, 10 billion times, yeah, you got to try 10 billion times to get to there. These are the things. So I don't want to take it any longer, guys. I don't want to make this anything, but I hope you do understand what this all means, right? So, you know, we have supply. We need to do the maths based on price versus supply, right? Price versus supply in order to get the actual maths. And then just to add one more fundamental to it is maximum supply. Is it capped or is it infinite? Because infinite supply means it's not reducing. It's still going to be infinitely printing. Only thing we're doing is slowing it down. That's all we're doing. We're just slowing it down, right? If we, burn, whatever we do, we're just slowing it down. So those are the kind of things you really, really have to understand when it comes to coins. And each coin has its own little pros and cons, right? In mining or whatever you want to call it. Like half of these are not even mined. Remember, half of these coins are not even mined. They're just pre-minted, right? Because they're smart contracts. In fact, if you look here, 11,175, I can assure you around 10,000, if not 11,000 of these coins are just smart contracts. They're not even a coin. They're not even mined. So, watch out for these, right? So I hope that kind of makes sense to you. Right, and let's have a look at what's going on here. Right, let's have a look at this chart actually. Let's do this, right? This is on a 4 hour. Let me get it on daily. I want to look at this, right? So what you're going to see here is a few funny bits here. So this pink line here is 21 day, right? This pink line is 21 day. This blue line, I believe, is 200 day. And this is the, let me just check. Hold on, give me a second. Yellow one was what? Yellow one was 50. Yes, 50. So we got 50 here. So 50, 200, and the 21-day moving average. Now, the reason I've got it like this is because I wanted to see where we are right now, how we're performing. And this is EMA, right? So remember, so moving average, simple moving average. So basically what we've done is we've actually come here. Now, if you look at the log chart, and this is where it comes beautiful, right? So let me show you. If you look at the log chart, we just touch this particular area. We just touch this. So we're re-entering the logarithmic chart, right? And I was looking at this and I thought, okay, this is quite beautiful. What I'm seeing here, this looks very beautiful. So even the pattern, everything is changing. So you can see whenever we had a situation like this, we've been bearish, right? So obviously that's a bearish sign for us. But we're entering this median zone, and this line is our target. This is the center point, right? This is the middle line that we want to enter. This is the target. But we did drop below this. As you can see, we dropped below this back in 17 June. And we've attempted and we failed. And right now, we're actually trying to get back into the zone. I'll show you this on another chart. But I just wanted to show you a perspective of what a slight kind of like slight bearish blips look like, right? So you can see that sometimes even in bear markets, bull markets, wherever, right? You can see sometimes we do have these little blips, right? But then we have this rally all over again. This is a true bear market. You can see it's a continuation. It just did not stop. Here you can see a attempt at a bull run, and then you have these blips. So sometimes they failed. So here it tried to rally and it failed. So it went down again. It tried again and it failed. And then finally we rallied, right? So I wanted to show you this because it's quite fascinating to see some of these stuff, like how it blips and this and that. And as you can see, this chart just lags. There's too much data there. Now this is another one we talked about, and we're still on this one, right? This one is on currently on the daily, and I don't know if you can see this. Is so tiny right now. I have to take the drawing off just to show you. Look, this candle here, right? So what we're seeing is basically we're seeing a lot of bullish action. This, remember, when the wick is very long, it's basically a story. It's telling you that the market wants to move up. Now, we did make a slight prediction here talking about how this 200-day and this 50-day moving average may create a golden cross, which is something like it goes like this, and then another one, say for example, we get another one here like this, and everything becomes bullish, and then we rally up again, right? So we're looking for this, obviously, and I've made a prediction on this, and I think I've got the chart here somewhere. I think I've got it here somewhere. Let me see if I've got it. My bad. Yeah, so I said reversal expected on the 18th of October, right? So this is based on this particular chart. We've got the 200 and the 50-day moving average. So let's see what happens. Other than that, you know what, we played around here. We found perfect bounce on this box. We came back to here. We're finding resistance. And remember, in the old videos I talked about it, like I think it was like 2-3 videos ago, we talked about it. The red zones, the colored, the reason these boxes are colored, right? Red, heavy traffic. Yellow, less traffic. Easy to pass, hard to pass. Hard to pass, easy to pass. And then we come into this zone where it's kind of both, right? Easy and hard, right? So we've talked about all of these, how these yellow boxes and these red boxes work, right? So the color coded, so you actually find it easier and visually, so you can understand what's going on. So we were expecting this, and we've come here right now. And also, if we do fibs, we can see how the fibs work as well. So for example, we take a fib here and we take it to where we were and just say, okay, this was the pump. So what could we expect, right? And you can see, I'll show you this. You can see how the fib lines work as a support line, right? You can see how the fib lines work as a support line. And also, obviously, these are ranges, and these ranges that we work on, and whenever we draw a box, we draw boxes based on previous history, all right? So we look at the zones where there's a lot more traffic, and I'll show you what I mean by that. Give me a second. So if I take all of these drawings off, I'll show you what it means. So when you're looking at a chart, right? Everybody's looking at a chart. You see these kind of zones here, like it's moving upward. It's like a channel, it just moves up. There's really not much traffic here. Then you see a dip like this, and then you see a battle, sideways movement, this area here. That is where your traffic is. So you see the same here, no traffic, and then all of a sudden you've got this traffic area here. This whole range here is a traffic. So when it comes here and you see this is whole range here is a traffic, right? We can see massive traffic around here. So when we had a situation here, we had the traffic. And we just broke out of the traffic the other day. We tested it, we got rejected, and that was fine. Whenever you go and test something, you get rejected, just try again. And that's what we're doing. So everything looking all super solid. Let's see where that goes. Ethereum, look, hasn't even broken out. And so far, even if this is a red candle, what I'm seeing is bullish. So I'm seeing, bulls being in control from here. Control. Here, the bears momentarily. So you can see here, the bears took control, right? You can see a wick. Let's change it this way. So you can see a wick here where the bears took control. But again, the bulls came back, the fight was on, and you can see you've got wicks on both sides. This is the story. And bulls took control, bulls took control, bulls took control, bulls took control. And right now, bulls are still in control technically. Okay, so this is not a dump. I mean, all of this green candles, and then you see one or two reds, absolutely fine. The bulls are just resting, let the bears come in and then just wipe the bears out, right? Completely put them back into hibernation. That's what's going to happen, right? So yeah, I mean, bears are getting destroyed right now. Ethereum, I'll be honest with you, is targeting the top line, and I'll actually press the button to show you what the top line shows. There's 2,915. We talked about this before. It's targeting this 2,915. Approximately 3,000 is exactly what it wants. As soon as it goes there, there's no stopping it because there's nothing there. And I showed you what I mean by there's nothing there, right? Let's show you this again, right? So let's take the point here. We take the highest point here and we take the lowest point here, and we say, right, okay, where was all the traffic for us? Where could we had all the traffic? So I'm trying to get this exact, right? Where would we have all the traffic, and where can we see a breakout if we did get one? All right, let me just send this to the back. Right, so now what you're seeing, right? So let's have a look. Let's get rid of the everything else. Right, actually I can't. I need to show you this, right? So this is where we've had all the traffic. So you can see this on the. Actually, let me bring it forward. This is going to be awesome. Bring it to front. Seriously, I think that was it. I'm not sure what happened, but I think that was it. Unless I've changed a few parameters. I think I did. I was talking to someone the other day, yesterday actually. So what we're looking at, you can see these red zones here, these red purplish zones here, these blue greenish zone here. This is where the battle's been happening. Remember, these are traffic zones. You can see this visually on the volume profile, right? Fixed range here. This is the volume VPVR. Yeah, that's it. I always forget that name. Anyway, volume profile. So you can see here, this is the situation that's been happening, but so bulls have been in control, even though the bears were stronger here, but the bulls have been in control. When we come into these zones, this means there's no traffic, least amount of traffic. And you can see the lowest amount of traffic is around this $3,000 level. In fact, there's nothing there. For whatever reason, there was absolutely no resistance here. Neither bears nor bulls, nothing. Nobody was doing anything. And this is a key level for us. So as you can see, as soon as we break out of these heavy zones, heavy control zones, and we go into these least control zones, well, from that point onwards, I don't know if you can see this, there's nothing. There's nothing until the previous all-time high. There's absolutely nothing. Look at this, compare this to this. And by the way, this is a fight area that we've been in right now, by the way, guys. This is based on around these areas here. And I can change it as well. This is based on these areas here. And this is showing you what happened around these levels here. Absolutely nothing. this is where all the fight has been. So we can see that as soon as we break out of this box, right? I mean, for me, I could even move that box over, but I'm not going to do it because I don't change my boxes or anything randomly on a video. But I will put a line there just for you, right? This particular line here, so if I just leave a line here, you can see that as soon as we break out of this particular level, 3055 approximately, I believe, as soon as we break out of this one level, it's off to the races. You know, we can easily see an all-time high. And right now, the way everyone is being more bullish on Ethereum, definitely I can see this happening. I can see this happening very, very soon. So yeah, let's see where that takes us. Also, total market cap, heavy bullish, very bullish. You know, it broke out of the channel, so we're still targeting the 1.72 trillion dollars. And we've been getting a few rejections, but you know what, it's all good. I'm not really going to talk too much about all of this. This is the crypto market cap without Bitcoin. Bullish, you know what I mean. There is on the stochastic RSI, we are seeing a bit of overbought. Even on the RSI signal, a little bit overbought, and we can see that reflected. It will dump a little bit, but as long as it dumps and it holds this specific line and shoots back up again, we're going up. Total market cap, kind of similar. It's been pumping and it's been doing exactly what we talked about. It respected the 618 level and it started pumping, and then it respected the 786, and I hope that we can beat this level and then respect that and then continue on the upside. So this is the entire market cap. Shorts getting annihilated, obviously. Longs, some got annihilated yesterday, but yeah, I mean, very small amounts. We can see more data on that if we wanted to, but I'm not going to even bother with that. Leave all of that. Ethereum dominance, right? So this is where Ethereum dominance comes in. Ethereum dominance is definitely targeting this level here, which is going to be awesome. We talked about this the other day. Let's see where that goes. This is the total market cap without Bitcoin and without Ethereum, and so far, as you can see, guys, it wants to go up. So there's no stopping it. But only thing is here, this one unfortunately is not 100% accurate because of, you know, all the scam coins that launch every day. This is not 100% accurate, so I wouldn't really rely too much on this one. I just thought I'd show it to you anyway. This is the total DeFi again. Majority of the DeFi launching right now are just a bunch of scams. They're not even on the system, so you won't even know about it. You'll probably hear it from some scammer or something, but other than that, there's not much going on. So yeah, I would just hold back. This is the bubbles, and you can see basically market is reacting fairly good. Some oranges, so if you look carefully, some yellowish, right? So we want total greens, obviously, but some yellowish, right? Some, you know, one or two red, but overall the market seems okay. Actually, I'm not going to really complain about this. Market seems okay. Volume seems okay. You know, yeah, not an issue at all. So you know, after a big pump like we had you know, day before yesterday, and then a big pump we had yesterday, it's okay to have a dump for a few hours, guys. It's absolutely okay. Hey Destroyer, the Destroyer BD stands for Bangladesh, right? Destroyer, go and destroy the like button, bro. All right, if you're on the show, smash that like button. Share with another if you find value, and if you have any question, let me know. I haven't got much time, so I've got another 6 minutes, so let me know if you want anything answered within the next 6 minutes, and then I'm going to shoot off because I've got a few bits and bobs I need to do. But guys, did you find value in it? I hope you find value in it, right? And KR, I hope your question was answered, bro. There are lots of maths that needs to be done before making assumptions, right? So remember, the entire market could change positions. One could be worth $1 trillion, one could be worth whatever. It doesn't make a difference, but there has to be balance there. We need balance, right? We can't just have it without balance. We could easily have $1 trillion market cap of Bitcoin and $1 trillion market cap of Ethereum, right? But it doesn't make either one of them better than each other. It doesn't, because what you got to do is look back and see what the individual coin value is, and then notice that, okay, the individual coin value and how many coins there are is 6 times more. So it doesn't make any sense, right? So that's that. And also remember, guys, regarding the title, page 2434, I've got the link in the description. Please take your time, go and read it, read the whole thing. It's only talking about institutions and existing traders and brokers and people who deal with institutional stuff, right? This has got nothing with decentralization, nothing like that. Of course, I talk about decentralization. You know what the governments want to do. They want to take our decentralized protocols, and this is not a conspiracy, this is a fact. They want to take our decentralized protocols and try and centralize it with centralized means. So by having centralized exchanges, this, that, KYC regulations, and this, that's how they're trying to regulate us and centralize us so they can censor us and block us. That's what they're going to do. So please do understand this, and I hope you found value from this video. I've got 4 minutes remaining, guys. If you've got a question, fire away. I'll throw the answer there for you. I'll even extend it a few more minutes if I have to. But yeah, I hope you found value on this, you know. I just had to do this. This was just insane. I just had to do this. Also, who loves my little map? This is BitNodes. What you can see here is every single Bitcoin mining node right now, pinging back, letting us know what's going on and where it's going on. So it's showing us exactly the locations, right? So you can see that around China, we've got a few. We've still got a couple in China, Hong Kong, around that area. We've got a few. There's one in India. My God, there's one in India. I haven't seen any in Bangladesh yet. No, I haven't seen any in Bangladesh. But I can see, look, the biggest cluster, if you look carefully, our biggest cluster is around Europe. We've got the biggest amount in Europe and the biggest amount in America, right? So North America, technically, right? Call it North America, whatever, because this is central, this is south. Yeah, this would be north, right? So you can see, I mean, Canada, there's only one, two, I think there's two in Canada, right? Two in Canada. So it looks quite cool. I just thought I like it. I'll do this as my little visual. So we know that Bitcoin's alive. We know Bitcoin's going there. We know exactly what's going on. We know that 86% of all Bitcoins, we are able to ping back to them and see what's going on. So do you know what? Even if one of these dots stay alive, Bitcoin's alive. No one can take Bitcoin down. I'll tell you this right now. If one of these Bitcoin, and I can tell you there's a few in UK, and as long as one of these stay alive, no one's taking Bitcoin down. So yeah, fairly cool stuff. So I can see there's no questions. I was hoping there was questions, but if there's not any questions, then I'm not going to make this any longer. 2 minutes long. Thank you very much, guys. Lots of love. Thank you for coming, and also all the new subscribers. Awesome. I love you guys. Thank you very much for subscribing, liking, sharing, and subscribing. Honestly, that makes all the difference. Morally, like, you know, the moral goes up, everything goes up. You just get excited, right? You know, I was looking at all of the stats, and I was like, wow, okay, this is cool. And I'm going to be throwing a lot more shorts. So if I see something that you know, might pique your interest, I'll throw it out there. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I just throw something out there. Also, there's a new video coming out very soon. It's a stupid video, but please do watch it. It's going to be titled this is going to be the title, right? It's going to be a stupid video. Hold on, let me show you. So this is what it's going to be. It's going to look like this, right? It's a stupid video, but please do watch it. It should be quite cool, and then hopefully you'll understand what we're basically talking about, right? What I'm talking about, because this is something like you have to psychologically program yourself to understand. If you can psychologically program yourself to understand this, trust me, you'll see what it means, and you can just get the calculator and do the maths yourself, and you'll see exactly what I mean. All right. So other than that, guys, it's been awesome having you here. Thank you very much. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you on another one very, very soon. Adios, mi amigos.